Welcome to We Talk D&D. This week we're talking about animated maps and digital tabletops. Let's go! Welcome to We Talk D&D. This is a channel for the safe space and therapy sessions needed for those people who have taken on the noble cause of being a dungeon master in the great game of Dungeons & Dragons. I am Ryan and I am your therapist. If this is your first time here, we appreciate you coming around. And if this is a repeat visit for you, welcome back. We would appreciate it if you haven't already. Go ahead and subscribe right here. Be fantastic. On Wednesdays, we provide Dungeon Master tips, tricks, and ideas. And on Saturdays, we're putting out the memes of the week for Dungeons & Dragons. This week, we're talking about animated maps and digital tabletops. I will link above the video that we did looking at tabletops in general. This week, we're going to be focusing in on one artist in particular called Epic Quest. Epic Quest does a great job of some animated maps, and we're going to be blowing your minds with some of the things that are possible with what he can do. Epic Quest has a Patreon page which will be linked in the description. It's either $2 or it is $5. That's it. Only 2 tiers. That's all you need to worry about. Go check them out for the various descriptions. I highly recommend the 5. I am personally a $5 member. Today I'm going to show you 5 different versions of his maps, days and night cycles of them, and at the very end I have a bonus sneak preview for anybody that's an Epic Quest member already. You're going to see the next map coming up and it's awesome, so check around for the end for that one. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the first of the videos here. So this first one you're checking out is a snowy road. I know that Icewind Dale is coming out and we're all getting excited to be able to get back into that environment, and I think we're going to need some snowy environments. So as I was going through Epic Quest's catalog, I picked a couple of these first ones to be snowy adventures from there. So as you can see, the snow coming down, it's a beautiful day. But I could also see this being an ambush spot or something along those lines for this particular adventure from there. So let's take a look at the dark. So this is the same thing at snow time, or snow time, but at nighttime. So as you can see, there's maybe you're coming in looking for a nice place to rest, or your weary travelers are coming across, or maybe they're doing the ambushing. This one is beautiful. Look at the water. I am not a graphics artist kind of a person, but this is amazing. So you can see you got some nice height visual detail here. So kind of high up, but not so high that you might not be able to survive that fall. At the same time, I could also see a really cool social encounter here. 2 groups on either side of the bridge having a debate, or maybe there's an ambush waiting to happen. I don't know why I'm in the ambushes right now, but maybe my players should be aware. Okay, but back into from there, you can see it's snow, but it's a nice daytime. But what if you get to this thing and it was a nighttime? Well, here's his nighttime version of the same map. So I really like the daytime version of this one. The nighttime is cool, but I think the daytime just absolutely shows his skill as an animated map maker. From there. Anyway, beautiful set of maps. So here's the daytime again, looking right at that whole view there, and here is the map. Also showing some of this on the player view as well. So I'll be flipping back and forth between the day, the night, and the player view of these particular maps for you, so you can see what it kind of looks like. All right. Let's shift then out of the snow environment here. Let's shift into maybe more creepy graveyard. So this is the daytime version of the creepy graveyard. This is I love the detail and the shadowing here. It's really good. I mean, this is daytime and it's pretty creepy, as all good graveyard should be. It's a great entrance scene, that kind of thing. Maybe you're going towards a lair, maybe you're going towards a cavern, or you're going through, getting ready to dive into a dungeon, a crypt, maybe the catacombs, something along those lines from there. But definitely check out the way that things move and the things coming in on this one is great. Let's switch over to what I think on this one is the amazingness of the nighttime. This is super dark and creepy as it comes across. The I don't have the sounds on here, but it's just super creepy. Just a beautiful, beautiful, well done. But I like how the extra light is coming through the gateway, and you can see the emphasis on the light coming through. It really does a nice job of kind of centering your focus on the thing that's, well, most important. On this one, I want to show you what it's like when one of the things that Epic Quest does particularly well are some of his larger map sequences. So this particular one I picked is kind of a straight line version, but he also has an entire castle set up like this, where in the he gives you the full layout to put into Dynamic Dungeons, and that's what I've got here. So if we kind of click, and then as your players begin to travel down, it changes each time, and each map is just loaded right one after the other after the other. I'm going to let these linger just a little bit. I'm not doing a very good job of letting them linger because I'm so excited, but you can see the animation effects that he's got layered into these as you're going down this creepy hallway. Might be there's some inspections in here, there might be some other looks of things as you're kind of going through. Maybe in the maybe there's a pit, or there's who knows, just lots of things. How much are they inspecting the various the rubble piles, or the blood, or those kind of things? What's going on? Maybe there's an encounter in here, that kind of a thing. This one's also got an alternative, so I'll kind of show you that. So you've got some with blood, without blood, with kind of them shifting from one spot to the other. You can also bring this up as it starts to widen out. You kind of went through a narrow area. Why, what killed what, kind of thing. But he also gives you choices. So like in this particular case, you could go left, you could go right. So if we, in this case, if we take the left path, we kind of take a look and kind of see it go around the corner. Maybe your characters creep around the corner as they hear something coming from the from the end room, and then they get to a room that looks like this, and you've got minis on the table, and you're scattering things up before, or what are all the skulls on the end? Who put them there? What's going on? Is that a pit? What is that? Or maybe if they came back, instead of going to the left like we did, maybe they go right. So then as we go right, we can kind of creep around this corner. Oh, there's a door. Is it just the door? Is it trapped? Yeah. So as you kind of come in, you open up the door, and then you see this hallway, and you can see it's just really, really tall, and there's lots of things. Maybe there's things in the ceiling here. As you can see, when they come in, they get this amazing fire animation. This just blows, and it's just amazing. So you can imagine the encounter coming in here. Maybe it's a battle. Maybe it's just a conversation with the fire gods or something along those lines. It would be really cool. And so he ends this one really, really well. Let's jump over to another one real quick. All right, so let's jump in here onto the Troll Cave. So look at this beautiful entrance. Even if you don't use the rest of the cave, this particular map is just fantastic. But let's kind of walk into the cave a little bit here and see what we get. It just, as things just change, the lighting as you entered in, it starts becoming dim light. And my game screen, as you can see, you could just barely make it out. So by the way, tip, this is what dim lighting looks like. All right, moving on to the next one. So as you come in, you get a little bit further in, you get to see just a little bit more, just its cave. It's got some spores. Do you go left? Do you go right? Which way does it matter? So again, I'll take us to the left, just by the way. So as we kind of crept around, you can kind of see how that, comes in and then kind of curves around some more. You got some details on the side. What that is, that's really obviously up to you. As you kind of curve around to the right, do you have a jump pit to make? So athletics checks, or how big do you make this? Maybe it's not to scale. Maybe they have to figure out a way to get it over it. If not, maybe they have to go around the other way. So let's make them go around the other way. So they start going back around to the right hand side here, and they come across to to a spot. Okay, well, this one is a covered up. So do they know? Has it been built? Could they make it stable? Could they what could they do here? So that's a really neat option there. So either which way they get to the middle here, both of the, you can see they both kind of curve in and come together. Again, nice opportunity for encounters, things to be heard, overhearing as they kind of get into the final chamber where, in this particular case, it was said it was a troll type thing, but maybe you could have something else be right here, maybe a layer or something along those lines. It could be much, much deeper. So, but I just wanted to get you see what it looks like when, before we had just the individual maps, and they're really cool, and that's primarily what I use. But if you're going to set up a sequence like this, it allows you to, he's got these maps where it kind of lets you just kind of sequence on your way through, and it just click one after the other after the other. You could imagine if you were on a regular tabletop, changing the scenes as fast as I was changing them from one scene to the next scene to the next scene to the next scene, you couldn't do it this fast. And it's really great. Also speeds up your game time, which is really helpful if you're trying to get through something or if you're trying to keep as immersed in the story as you can. All right, it's bonus time. I was telling you that I have a bonus for the map here. And so these are the maps that are getting ready to come out, have not even dropped onto the Patreon yet. The Epic Quest shot me a message and said that he had them ready to go and wanted to show them off. And I'm going to show you the first one here, which is the daytime version. But man, wait till you see this nighttime. All right, but let's look at the daytime. I'm jumping ahead, getting excited. Check out the detail that's available right here. So on the, as you're looking at, look at that little market that's there. I'm also seeing some encounters, a lot of height available. One of the things I like using in my games is height. So multiple levels, you got people on roofs or people hiding behind things or under things. So I really like the fact that there are several different layers here that are available. So you even have some, if somebody is coming across the roof, they can't see down into certain spots and things. I mean, it's just a really, really well done. You can almost see the OK Corral, but obviously it's Dungeons and Dragons, but you get the idea. Maybe it is the high noon in the middle of the street version. All right, I've teased this one enough. Let's go ahead and see it. Check out this rainstorm. The lighting effects are beautiful. You're coming in and you've got this fantastic just feeling of it's, you're coming in, maybe you're coming in from a long adventure and you think you finally made it and you're gonna get that long rest as you come in, and then something else jumps out at you, or anyway, or the town that you've been in has been suddenly invaded by something, or whatever. It might just be that the rival gang has finally arrived. That type of a plot hook kind of thought process here. But just look at the rain coming down. This feels miserable. It might be one of those things where you could even play it off as it's a very cold November type rain as your players are getting pummeled, or maybe that as they come in, the town is empty and it's cold. It's raining. You don't see a lot of signs of life. You were just here 2 days ago. What happened? Yeah, I mean, so you could do that to really mess with your players a little bit. So I really like that one. I hope you really enjoyed being able to check out some of what Epic Quest has. I just scratched the surface on a couple of things that he does. The link in the descriptions to his Patreon. Once you, like I said, it's either a $2 or a $5 Patreon. And once you're in, you get access to all the stuff that he's done. So all the things I showed you, with the exception, of course, of the sneak preview, you'd be able to go back and get. I've loaded up my hard drive with stuff. It's amazing what he's done. Thank you to Epic Quest for sending me the preview. And by the way, guys, this was not sponsored in any way, shape, or form. I reached out to him and made sure it was okay. That showed some of the things that were behind the paywall, if you will, and he agreed. So really appreciate you letting me do that today as a subscriber, but also just to show off and be really proud of some of the things that some of the people in the artistic community of Dungeons and Dragons are getting done. Well, that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you would, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you never miss any of our content, and also give us a thumbs up. That would be fantastic. We appreciate it. And as always, DMs, good luck.